that same thing, right? Another player has gotten released, and in my estimation, this is a player that I am more high on getting than I would say Jair Alexander. I would say make this more of a priority, and that player would be Germaine Pratt out of Cincinnati. He got released today too. And I think now you probably got to battle with the Colts because remember his old DC went to the Colts. Lou Anarumo, he went to the Colts, so you might have to battle with that. But I heard we got guys on the squad that are friends with Germaine Pratt. Now, if you were to tell me that our linebackers are Elandon Roberts and Germaine Pratt, that moves me. I like that. Right?
It's not bad.
That I like.
It's not bad.
I like. Right? That even if you want to say you add Pratt and you're hoping Gainer makes a step, fine. But competition is competition, dog. If Gainer can beat out Pratt or Elandon Roberts, that tells me all I need to know. Correct. Right? Like, you done got better. Fine. But though right now, as it stands, linebacker is our shakiest unit. And if you're going to tell me you want to add talent by any means, it damn near has to be that position. I ain't gonna lie.
Think so. That's where you and we could have a debate because I actually think we're more promising in the linebacker room than we are in the secondary. Our secondary terrifies me. And without Wilkins being available, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we can.
Real quick before we continue, though, I just want to shout out to Cool Kev because I just saw him right now. Appreciate you for being here, bro.
Yeah, Cool Kev. I see him. Yep.
I ain't see Cool Kev in a minute, but
run down, sir.
What's going on? But yeah, okay. You're saying the secondary, right?
I think our secondary is definitely the weakest group in our. It's between secondary and wide receiver. We don't have a number one in either of those groups, bro. Not even anything remotely close.
Okay. For me, it's linebacker for sure, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because Elandon Roberts, to me, is our only viable linebacker right now. Our only one. You can say, "Oh, this dude's promising," or If your sentence starts with "I hope this dude does something," he's not there yet. So at that point, bro, we can't sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, bro, he's this, he's that." If your first couple words out of your mouth is, "Man, I hope to see that," or "Man, I wish we see improvement," then no, it's not there. Elandon Roberts is the only guy that's really played, and we can have confidence in saying like, "All right, that's a guy." Not Devin White either. Because we haven't seen Devin White do it in a while. We just haven't. So we don't know what to expect. We hope for Amari Gainer. There's hope, but we don't know. Eichenberg, Lindenberg, we'll see, right? We have no idea what that either. But probably one of them is regulated to special teams, and one of them is getting cut, if I had to guess.
And I think we know which one is getting cut because, again, which one came in with which regime. See, and that's the beauty of the NFL because that is a very easy way to look at things. I'm telling you, that's why I have Phillips making the team over Tucker, and people are probably going to look at me like I'm crazy for that. But I think Tucker's time is run, man. I don't know.
This cut season is going to be crazy. But, I mean, looking at it, if you slot Germaine Pratt in, he's immediately our second or damn near fighting for the best linebacker on the team.
True.
He was top 10 last season. Top 10 in tackles last season with Devin White. When we make this argument, we say, well, yeah, in 2019, he was bro.
Right. No, you're right.
It's 2025. We cannot continue to base what we think about Devin White on that season that was many moons ago. We can't do that. Right. So what have you done for me lately? He played. I know the Bengals as a whole were shit on defense, but he's not. So
no. He had some questionable plays. They got him in the Browns game where he was looking pretty bad, but
100%. But yeah, you're looking right. Like he's probably our best coverage linebacker.
Oh, easy.
He'd be our best coverage dude immediately.
Easy.
Until Gainer shows something. Now, my hope is that Gainer is that guy, but we can't just put all the eggs in one basket.
No.
We can't do that. So let me see what y'all talking about, man. Let me see. You're paying for what you're getting. I think that comes with Jair Alexander, that's a fact. If you're paying $4 million, you pretty much can't complain if he's hurt on the ground.
Correct. You expect to have him a little bit.
Yeah, you expect to have him for his $4 million worth of games. That's pretty much it.
Yep.
Lonnie Johnson might be the vet's DB.
Yeah.
I would see. The only reason I'm struggling with that is because I would accept it, but then this is where I struggle with. Right? You could say, yeah, he's the veteran, but I would personally want a veteran teaching my guys who's accomplished. Right? When I guarantee you, right? You put Jalen Ramsey in the room, Darian Porter, DeCamerion Richardson, every word. Why? That's an all-pro. You can't say, bro, that's damn near going to the Hall. For real, if he continues his trajectory. You know what I mean? He's already got a ring, bro, and he's been a top 10 corner for some years. He's damn near going to the Hall. So they're going to follow every word, bro. Lonnie Johnson is not that type of veteran. Right. I mean, you said, like, and it's not saying, like, you're going to dismiss what he says. No. But it's keeping it a beam. Like, he's just not that guy that Jalen Ramsey is. This is a different type of teaching that I would say.
Yep. I'm 100% in agreement with that. 100%.
I'm not trying to be, disrespectful or none of that.
No, not at all. Truthful. Not at all. Exactly. And I agree with Cool Cav. White is a Band-Aid at this point. I mean, I think Chris was high on him. I think he was probably the only one that was kind of high on.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. As far as the crew, where'd you go? Uh-oh, we lost Rundown.
Nah, I'm right here. I'm over here taking this thing for my sinuses, but boogers think I'm over here snorting that booger sugar. We're talking about booger.
Let me know when you come back. There you go. Okay.
We was talking about that booger sugar on my last show, boy. That boy, not today. Hey, but if y'all, this saves lives. If y'all have sinuses, this vapor stuff right here, it saves lives, bro. It saves lives. But continuing, man. As we looking, Yaya says Carroll building on foundational level. Yes, sir. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you got to do. Steve Jones, be practical and get Pratt. I think that's the practical move. If you had to ask me, would you rather Jair Alexander or Germaine Pratt? I'd probably go with Germaine Pratt, to be honest with you.
Be practical. I mean, it's sound advice. I don't see how you can.
So then we're one player in the linebacker room not playing good away. Like we're one player away from that being a complete disaster. Because if Elandon Roberts, hey, I say it all the time, knock on wood. Elandon Roberts gives us what we're supposed to, right?
Right. And I see, this is why I'm a little confused with your take on our secondary being better than our line. Our linebacking core. Because, sure, he doesn't cover well. We get that. But you can compensate somewhat for that. We don't have Wilkins, my guy. That's the biggest scare for me because I don't think we get what we want regularly without Wilkins, meaning helping out that secondary for them to work this out, man. Because, again, all these guys in the linebacking core, we only got a couple of rookies, man. Think about it. And, in fact, we only have one rookie.
Well, this is where, because I think you're only looking at it from the pass coverage standpoint, and I'm looking at it from all of it. Because I don't think that anybody is going to be consistent in the run, regardless of Elandon Roberts either. And what you're saying about Wilkins, I'm on complete agreement with, just on the other side, where I'm saying there is nobody to take on these gaps in the front line, right? There is going to be no help for whoever that is besides Elandon Roberts. We were already pissed off at Divine Diablo. Can you imagine having somebody worse than Divine Diablo playing where they're playing? That's what I'm saying. That can very well happen. Where we're watching Divine Diablo miss tackle after tackle, not shooting the right gap, or the gap is right there and he breaking down so softly, right? There can be worse than that, and I fear that there is worse on the squad than that. And if that's the case, bro, if we're getting gashed in the run, and the pass, because right now we got to hang our hat on the run. That's it for right now.
Right.
We have to hang our hat on the run because of Christian Wilkins, like you're saying, and our secondary is young. So we don't know what we're getting there. So we got to hang our hat on the fact that we got to be a good run defense. But if we ain't that.
And that's my point, though. That's my point, because even without Wilkins, the type of linebacking core we have, I feel that the run game is pretty secure, meaning we can still withstand that. It's the pass game, because we already got a secondary that we don't know. We can't even say unsure. We flat out just don't know. At least we have an idea that we'll be able to stop the run with our linebacking core, in my opinion, regardless of the front line. I think we have some major run stoppers in the linebacker side. It's that pass game that scares me. That's what scares me more than anything, because we have no secondary. Like, we're no closer to a number one at secondary than we are at linebacker, in my opinion.
Man, it's so bad at linebacker. We took Jalen Smith. We took Jalen Smith from trading 4X full time at his house to say, all right, we're gonna go ahead and sign you, bro. This man where was the last team Jalen Smith was on?
Right.
Was it us? Some years ago? That was the last time he was signed, because I don't remember the last time he was on the squad on the active roster.
Right.
I really don't. But it got so bad that we even signed him off the street. To try to get something in this linebacker room.
Right.
I don't
No,
know,
I
man.
agree. I'm just saying. I just don't. So I'm just saying, how is it worse off than our corners? Like, who do we have? JB is our best cornerback right now, and he's never played a full season.
Because the reason I say it's worse is because there's hope in the secondary. I have actual hope. Like, I give you that, right? I have actual hope that Darian Porter will turn into something. You know what I mean? Like, I got faith that, like, they're gonna get something out of that. I got faith that even if JB don't play well, right? The way that if they can get something out of Eric Stokes too, there's faith, right? Because he's actually played well before. So it's not like we're searching and seeking to be like, all right, man, like what can we find that's not there?
That's a valid point.
With Eichenberg and all them, it's like, bro, we're like
in
pushing.
We in trouble.
You feel?
We in trouble.
We're almost pushing for them to be good, bro. It's like we're trying to find shit that's not there, bro. So that's where I get scared at.
Yep, I agree.
That's where I get scared, bro. Because at least with that, I'm like, dog, I got something to lean back on the secondary. Something.
Shout out to Raider Rebel in the building.
Facts. Even JB, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, me and you aren't the biggest fans, and we'll talk about that right now. But even so, he got last year. So
Raider Rebels. We don't know what we have at corner, honestly. We could have 3 lockdown guys. We just don't know yet. And Rebel, you're right. I agree. I agree with Rundown too. I think there's more hope and promise with what we have currently for the secondary as opposed to our linebacking core. But as far as right this second, if somebody if you're forced to make a pick, I don't see how you pick the secondary over linebacking core right now. That's just how I see until we figure it out. You know, even Pigs is talking about, you know what I'm saying, our safeties. You know what I'm saying? Come in on passing down that linebacker. They can actually, and we got big safeties too. I'm not worried about the run. It's the pass that I'm worried about. I'm really bad. I'm really worried.
I'm just saying, bro, when we talk about some of the young linebackers that we have confidence in, it's only one name that comes up.
Yeah.
There's only one name.
Yeah.
And if that name don't work out,
we're
trouble.
Screwed. We in trouble. It's Gaynor. Yeah, it's Amari Gaynor. Now you're right. You are right about that.
Nobody sits here and says Eichenberg, and nobody says, like, people like Lindenberg, but let's be honest with ourselves. If you're thinking that it's more than special teams right now, come on now. You know what I mean? Like, we got to see that. But as of right now, it ain't more than special teams. So
correct.
It's only one dude that we're all like, bro, I hope he works out. And if that shit don't, boy,
we in trouble. We in trouble.
It's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Let me see, man. Now, yes, we can bring the safeties in on passing downs, but I mean that's a lot to be doing all the time, and it's a tail. So then at that point, we pretty much know what time it is when you start bringing Chin and them down in the box. It's like, all right, they're covering tight ends over here. You know what I mean? So if it's third and manageable, let's get them off course.
Shout out to Alec M. I like that name, Amari with Ferrari, talking about Gainer. I like that because he could play like that. And if he does, I think he has all the tools and ability too. Spot on. You right about that rundown. I do have to back up and give props where props are due as far as that take, because the linebacking core isn't as promising as the secondary, especially right. The Camion can still build. I mean, getting Darian in the third and him being so promising based on what they're saying right now. Already like Stokes, right? You're right. And I have to concede to that.
See, but that's the thing, Rebel. Yeah, they're playing. Roberts is gonna be he's the green dot. Roberts is the green, so he's playing middle. Right. He's gonna play middle. If you were to tell me that Elandon Roberts is not playing middle, well, who the hell is? There's nobody else on the roster where I'm like, dog, you trust them to give calls and all that extra. Like, nah, now trading pays. Oh, I'm sure it does. But hey, we had to grab somebody to do that. You know what I'm saying? We had to grab somebody that was doing that. Nah, bro. That don't mean it's good. See, look, Jalen with the Cowboys a few years ago. I think it's more than a few.
Right.
Hopium. Pete Carroll can coach the secondary. Facts. It's all
that is very true. Well, I don't know what
the secondary has Pete.
But you are right about that.
The secondary has Pete, so at least you can have some more confidence in that too, and be like, all right, well, they got a good coach with him.
Shout out Taddy 707, man.
JB says, y'all see that old boy Jerry Jeudy's trying to make a comeback within the year. Man. I mean, he had a nice little year last year, but even then, you know, we gotta have the corners. But I think we do have the corners to mess with him, bro. I really do.
Right.
But they're just young. This is the only thing.
Right.
Now, let me see. Here goes Angelo. Let me see, man. Gainer could be a breakout player. Yep. We better hope.
Absolutely. I think he has all the tools, man. It's just a matter of if we're giving him, you know what I'm saying, everything he needs to thrive, and that Wilkins can hurt us. I ain't gonna lie. So
yeah. Who's Barrett?
Barry?
Because Angelo is saying we still have Barrett, but I'm gonna keep it being with you, Angelo. You know I do this all the time, every day, all day. I don't know who the hell that is.
Barrett at linebacker? Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
I don't know who the hell that is. And even if he's in the squad, even if he is, it's a damn shame because at no point did I know this man existed. And there's no disrespect.
Right.
I had no idea this man existed. And when did we pick him up? From where? That's all.
He's 2024. Yeah, he got drafted. I want to say he got drafted in the 7th round from Michigan. 240th pick.
This year? Last year?
No, this would have been the 240th pick. Number 43 lost. Wait, when did he get drafted? What year did he get drafted?
Last year, like
2024. 2024.
He got drafted last year. A 7th round pick 240.
I ain't hanging my hat on that.
Come on now.
Nah, you can't bring him up. Yeah,
we can't do it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. We're trying to hope that we have some in there. If our best hope at linebacker is somebody that was drafted in the 7th round a year ago at pick 240, and I don't think pretty much nobody really know who this dude is, it's not happening. It's probably not happening. We're screwed.
Right.
We're screwed.
Right. Yep.
Because I'm looking at it, okay, but nah.
Yeah, I don't like that hope. I like the hope in the line and in the secondary more so than I do in the linebackers. For sure.
I mean, because you drafted in the secondary. You put investments in. There's investment in that. So
right.
I mean, it looked like there's investment in that. And today, one thing I did not agree with Spytek that when he was talking, and I hope I can show it, but he did say, like, yeah, I'm a former linebacker, so I feel like, you know, if I'm not getting that position right, then, you know, it's whatever.
Wow, did he say that?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your antenna should be ringing if that's the case.